Alright guys. First rule of thumb. Quail poop a lot. They are the coolest little birds, but man, do they make a mess. So I thought, everybody that wants to see or wants to own these little birds, let's just show them what they're in for. Because they do make a mess. And it's been a while. We had a real nasty cold front come through. And I actually did a video during the cold front. And my server crashed, so I'm not able to get to it just yet. My electronics guy says he was able to save the hard drive, so I should have them back pretty quick. But that's not right now. And today, the weather actually got to 50 degrees, which is crazy to think about here in the tail end of December, that we've got 50-degree weather right now. But I wasn't able to clean all this because it got super cold in this quail room. This quail room is heated. I've got a heater on the wall over here, but it's not horribly well insulated. So when it gets into the subarctic temperatures of -20 at night, the heat keeps it about 35 degrees in this room. But I got a draft up against this back wall, so all of these poop pans were froze. So I wasn't able to clean these last week like I should have, which makes them excessively bad today. The boy quail behind me likes me talking. They crow a lot when I talk. I try to get the biggest clumps. The birds tend to hang out on each end of this big cage, not much in the middle. So it makes these poop pans really, really heavy. So I have to use a shovel to get a good portion of it out before I take the pan down and scrape it. I usually use a 6-inch drywall knife. And I try not to get any on me, but it's hard from time to time. That's good stuff right there. That's the stuff that rooms are made of. Whenever I say they poop a lot, I mean they poop a bunch. They'll poop as much as a full-size chicken. So because of the watering system I have on this big cage, my pans get wet. We buy the fine sawdust from the tractor store, from the farm store. It really absorbs a lot. It quells the stink a little bit because it is pine shavings. We don't use cedar. And I know kiln dried cedar probably won't hurt the birds because it's more of an oil thing, but I'd rather not chance it. So we use the kiln dried fine cut pine shavings, and it really does help with the smell. About like so, slide it back up. That's good for another week. So if you're watching this channel, then you know that I haven't been doing videos very long. And I suck at editing, in large part because it takes a lot of time. I've been using Power Director 11.0 because that's what I had. That's what I was able to get easy, cheap. But I learned about a software called DaVinci Resolve. I hope I have enough power to run it. We'll see. It won't run on my server. I actually have a 2019 server with 12 terabytes of hard drive space that my computer guy is working on. Because I crashed the hard drive. Anybody out there that's got experience with it, let me know what you think of it. I think the newest one is like Resolve 18 or something like that. I've heard it's the best out there and it's free, which I'm a big fan of free. editing these videos to look all elegant and stuff, that's great. If you've got time for it. I don't have a lot of time. I've got a full-time job that keeps me away from the farm 10 hours a day. I come home, I do an hour's worth of chores and a smidge of video editing or whatnot, and then it's asleep and up to do it all over again. In my 9 to 5 job, or 5 to 3 job as it were, I do automation, I do factory automation, PLC logic, that type of stuff. And it shows in this barn a little bit. I've got automatic fans, I've got automatic heat, I've got automatic waterers. The exhaust fans come on when it gets above 75 degrees in here. The heat comes on when it gets below 50, something like that. The watering system is a gravity feed from an automatic fill bucket that I've got a toilet bowl float in to keep it full. So I've got a Winola cage here that I've actually got to fill the bucket on. And this cage here doesn't have its auto watering system yet. That cage does. My breeder cage over there does. So it's just a process of getting things going. I've got to get the auto feeder set up for this one done because these guys waste a lot of food. Easy, kids, easy. When you're sliding stuff above quail, above any bird actually, you got to be slow with it because they'll jump up and they'll hit your head, and that's never good. One thing I learned with pheasant are real nervous about their ground, about what's underneath them. So these poop pans, they look like dirt underneath the wire. So if you pull them out too fast, the pheasant will freak out and they'll bang your head. Gotta get another bag of stuff. So I talked about the video editor that I'm going to try. I hope it works out good. I hope I got enough power to run it, but I don't know. I'm going to talk about the cameras a little bit that I use, because I don't have high dollar gear. I do not. Most expensive camera I have, I've got a Canon PowerShot G7X there. I've got an Amazon special, that bigger camera. It's like 250 bucks. And I got a little red action cam that, I don't know, I think we gave $175 for it. And then I've got a Canon, and my Canon just shut off. I don't know what that's about. I'm fairly new to that camera, so we'll see. I'll go through the settings and see if I can find what caused it. And you guys waste a lot of food. I actually bought the camera from Amazon because I discovered it does, or I read that it does 4K video. And it does, and it looks great. The only problem I've got with it, 4K files are giant. They are big. But the problem is, what I don't like about that camera is it's got a pretty crappy zoom. It's only got a 12x zoom on it, which means it's not good for any kind of outdoorsy wildlife type stuff. Which is where my Sony camera comes in. I don't know how much it was. I acquired it somewhere, I don't remember. But it rolls in 1080 HD, and it's got 60x zoom. Now, all my zooms are digital. I'm not smart enough to use anything but. But it does really good for wildlife and that type of stuff. Also, what I like about the camera I picked up from Amazon, I bought it from Amazon for 250 bucks. It's got 4K. It can do 1080 in 60 frames a second. Right now I've got it set up doing 30 frames a second, 1080. It can do time lapse, which I thought was pretty cool. I've never owned a camera that did time lapse shots. And I'm almost done with this half of the barn. All right. So I've got to take this down to the compost pile, and I'll be back in a minute to scoop up everything underneath here. I've got 2 more cages to do, and then sweep the floor.